I just wanted to prove to my parents that I'm worthy of something without having a university degree. My friends, they were getting nice jobs. I gotta do something. I left university, went to work on the oil rigs. Tough job, 91 hours a week. And that's where I learned, what hard work really is with your hands. See that profit screen, and this one guy was up $10,000 before 2 p.m. I've lost about $150,000 so far. What the fuck is going on? I'm supposed to win more, but I'm losing more.
Raja, thank you so much for taking the time. I have a very short stop in the city.
Yes.
And I reached out to you. You had time, and I'm actually very excited to.
Bro, I had to make time.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I go through Instagram and I see you jumping from mountains to mountains and then doing these workshops and then trying to get to 10 million. You've reached 10, right?
No, I'm just very close to that.
Yeah. Shit, man. This guy's, one time he's over here, second time he's on top of the Everest. I'm like, it's crazy.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, trading is my passion. Traveling is also my passion. And trading has allowed me to actually trade and travel. And at the age that I wanted to travel young, not that after a retirement and then I have to start traveling in 60s and 70s. And that's what trading really allowed me. Do you travel a lot?
I do now, but mostly it's for business now.
Business, I see that.
I travel, let's say, in this year especially, there's been a lot of traveling for work stuff. Hong Kong, Cyprus, London, went to Morocco. Then after 2-3 trips, then I have to make it up to my wife for a trip with her. So we do that trip, come back, then 2-3 business trips, then a family trip.
You were in Colombia as well.
Yes.
Recently,
yeah. We went to this place called the Lost City. Mm-hmm. And it was a 4-day trek in the jungle, right? And it was insane. We're going up and down the mountains. It was a 50-kilometer hike, sleeping outside in tents. But the main thing is, it wasn't about, let's go on this adventure. The main thing was, how do we feel living in the jungle and appreciating the things we don't have there? Like a comfortable bed, the meal you want to eat, right? I never had pumpkin soup ever. It was the first time I had it over there. I was so hungry, it was good, know?
It's one of the best things about traveling is that you get actually a lot of new food, new experiences.
Yeah.
Raja, tell me about yourself as a trader. I know you're living in Dubai. I know you are a very good trader. You are educator, and also you have Dominion Market, which is a trading firm and broker-dealer.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your story, how you got into trading, and where are you now?
Man, in the beginning, I wanted to do exactly what you're doing. You wanted to travel and trade, make money at the same time. I just wanted to prove to my parents that I'm worthy of something without having a university degree, right? Because I dropped out, and it was this hanging ball over my head that, I dropped out, I have no skills, I wouldn't be able to get a nice 6-figure job at that time, so I had to do something to show them that I can really make it, right? Because at that time I saw my friends, they were getting nice jobs, they were getting married and stuff like this. My brother, he's very well educated, my sisters as well, and I was just man, I gotta do something, so.
How old were you?
At that time I was 24, 25.
Just about 10, 15 years ago.
10, 15 years ago. And that's around the time where you are a young adult and you're still trying to discover yourself, right, of what life really is about. So I did multiple things, man. I worked on the oil rigs. I did door-to-door sales. And the only reason I did those things was because every time I did something new, I made sure it paid me more than the previous job.
And were you in Dubai or?
No, this is when we were in Canada. So in Canada, I left university, went to work on the oil rigs. Tough job, 91 hours a week. The hardest thing I ever did was that.
Was it Alberta, Fort McMurray, that area?
Yeah, Alberta.
Yeah.
It was Alberta. From there, we were working out of there's a small town called Leduc. Leduc.
I've never heard of it, but
there's
a lot of small towns.
Yeah, a lot of small towns. So from there we went to Saskatchewan. Mm-hmm. In Saskatchewan, there was a small town called Shaunavon. So we were working out from there majority of the time. Really cold, really remote, nothing to do. And that's where I learned, okay, what hard work really is with your hands, right?
I love the experience, yeah.
Yeah, we're making okay money. And then after that, someone told me an opportunity back in Ontario where my parents were at the time. They were like, hey, listen, we do door-to-door sales. And I saw that they were making more money than I was working on the rigs, right? So imagine this. When you're working on the rigs, 91 hours a week, you're not home, right? Sometimes you're working 2 weeks straight, and then you get a week off. But if you work that week off, so you're working 2 weeks straight, on the week off you're working, then you're working 2 more weeks. So you're working 5 weeks straight. Missing anniversaries, missing celebrations, missing Eid, right? All those things. So then I had an opportunity, okay, I can do door-to-door sales, home every night, and make more money. Great. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how you got into trading.
Yeah. No, from there I went to do door-to-door sales, did that. It was tough in the beginning. I think that's where I learned the art of speaking to people, right? And I learned the art of, it's all about a numbers game at the end of the day. Because we were told that, okay, if you're doing door-to-door sales and if you have no experience, all you got to do is the first month, just knock on 100 doors every day. Right? Learn to practice your pitch. Learn to practice the tonality of your voice. Right? Because whenever you're making a sale, you're attracting someone to the way you're speaking. Right? So that's what happened. First month, nothing. Second month, start to get some sales, start to get better. But the problem was that once you start to get good, you start to get a little bit complacent. Right? You start to calm down a little bit. You start to go on social media. And then I saw this MT5 profit screen on my Instagram. I see that profit screen, and this one guy was up $10,000 before 2 p.m. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's making more money.
That was Canada time, 2 p.m. And we were speaking
exactly, 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? And I'm sitting in my car, and our agents are out there working. It's like, -5, snow, and this guy, and I'm sipping coffee.
I want that.
I'm like, okay, I want to try this now. So then I'm like, I thought to myself, okay, I went on the oil rigs, great. We were making $7,000-8,000 a month, oil rigs. From there, went to door-to-door sales. We were making 15, 20K. And then I'm like, damn, more money over here. Let's try this. And yeah, it was.
And then how did you learn trading?
So I messaged the guy online. I messaged him online. I'm like, okay, what's this? He told me, oh, this is MT5. I'm like, what's MT5?
It's a platform.
Yeah, it's a trading platform.
What's the currency trade in that? Yeah,
I think it was USD CAD.
USD CAD.
I saw USD CAD, right? So then I'm like, okay, I'm in Canada. US is right over there. USD CAD looks legit. Must be legit. I'm like, okay, so how do I trade MT5? You need to sign up with a broker. I'm like, what's a broker? Wow. Literally, what's a broker? He's like, well, what I'm using is IC Markets. I'm like, great. Log into IC Markets. I'm like, oh, interesting. Did my KYC, signed up. That was the first time I uploaded my driver's license to a website. And I'm thinking, hope they don't steal my identity, at that point.
That was big 15 years ago.
Oh, that was big.
Yeah, I don't think it's as big now, but it's
for
really,
someone starting out, it's like a big thing, And then that was the first time me entering my Visa card number to upload money somewhere.
Wow, nice.
So I'm thinking, okay, so my first deposit was $200 to this. And then I asked him, okay, what account should I open? Standard account, ECN, Islamic account. He's like, open ECN account. I'm like, what's an ECN account? I have no idea. Bro, he said, okay, so you'll pay $7 commission, and then there's going to be spread. I'm like, what spread?
Yeah.
Why I'm paying $700? If I'm depositing $200, why am I paying $7? What does this mean? And then he's like, send me YouTube links. Go listen to this, right? So I listened. I'm like, okay, whatever, fuck it. I'll just deposit 200 and then I'll see what happens. That's my nature, very impulsive.
So you wanted to see the risk, and because you are also adventurer, you wanted to learn. You really wanted that.
Yeah.
And let me guess, that 200 will be gone really fast.
Yeah, 4 days, 5 days, gone.
Of course, yeah.
Gone. I'm like, wow. Then I said to him, but the thing is, I'm not the kind of guy who's just I'm going to test the waters a little bit. And if I don't like it, I'm going to see, okay, how can I learn to like it? I need something more. right? So I lost that amount, and I said to myself, okay, you know what? I lost 200. I could have lost 200,000, or I could have lost 2,000, something that would really hurt me. 200 was like whatever, testing it, right? So then the same guy was having a course in like about a month at that time. This was in May. So the course was like $350. I'm like, okay, you know what?
Was it in-person course?
No, this was online course. I'm like, okay, you live in my town. I told him, look, I'm going to give you $350. And if this is a scam, you live in my town, I'm going to come find you. Right? Because no, 350 is good money, man.
That's for sure. For something that you don't know and you want to explore.
Yeah.
But this is important because it shows the struggles of a person who really want to start. Yeah. And I had that as well. There was not a lot of resources. Like 15 years ago, there was very little books, YouTube, not a lot of YouTube channels. And that was the really growth of retail trading. But it's different now because we have a lot of resources. You don't need to start from all of those mistakes that we have.
Live streams now.
Yeah, people trade live streams, and you can have. There's so many books, so many educational material, and so you stay trading mostly currencies and gold. Never really play around with the stocks.
No, I'm not that smart. I like to think I'm not that smart. In the beginning, I started was USD CAD, and it was very, very simple. It was simple, like, okay, you're looking at 4-hour support, 4-hour resistance. If there's a support, you buy with a stop loss. If there's a resistance, you sell with a stop loss. That's all I knew. For the first 6 months, I made great money, just doing this mindless monkey type thing, right? And I started to lose was because I wanted to make more. I learned new strategies, and when you mix strategies, you're mixing probabilities of winning and losing. So it kind of like it becomes a mess. But stocks, I never went into it because whenever I would watch movies about, like, you seen the movie Margin Call?
Yes.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, it's very.
I saw that movie Margin Call, and I'm like, man, shit, there's so much computing, so much analysis, research. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah. It's just too much, earning report, wait for this. I'm like, no, it's too complicated. So that's why I stayed away from stock.
So you trade based on price action, just support, resistance, time frame. You don't use a lot of indicators because I've seen some of your videos, and that's really nice for stocks. For currencies, because longer time frame, really price action.
Yeah, but Andrew, in the beginning, I was using clean price action. And then I'll tell you what happened, right? So we're making great money. Like, I'm doing door-to-door sales as well. Business is going great. And I'm making money in the morning around pre-New York. Pre-New York, we're trading USD CAD. Sometimes we're trading cable, GPUSD. It was doing great. And then I started trading in the evening time around rollover, right? Before Asian Open. Started to trade before Asian Open. Then going into Asian Open, start trading when I'm home with my family, right? So now I'm distracted. So I start to lose, right? I'm using the same strategy, I'm losing. And then once you're losing, you start to get a little bit more risky, right? So I started to remove my stop losses, right? Price will go in drawdown. I start to increase my stop loss and then just remove them, more drawdown. So when you go into that phase of drawdown, you start to question your own ability to trade, right? You start to question your strategy. And then unknowingly, you say to yourself, okay, you know what? Maybe I haven't learned enough. Maybe let me go learn that fib strategy or those EMAs or RSI. Let me implement that. So then for the next 7 months, I went into this cycle of trying to learn Bollinger Bands, stochastics, divergence on RSI and MACD, super complicated stuff, and then EMAs and these Ichimoku Cloud, and I'd done all that, and I just started to lose more. And then started to ask myself, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm supposed to win more, but I'm losing more, right? So then I went back to my mentor. I'm like, hey, like, look, I've put my ego aside, and I'm asking you, like, what's happening over here? Like, I've lost about $150,000 so far. My business is going to the bin at this point because I'm pumping all the money in the market.
So what happened? What was the mojo moment? What did you change when things turned around?
So he said, look at the times when you were winning. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll look at that. And I compared the times when I was winning compared to times when I was losing. When I was winning, I was trading New York session. I was doing 1 or 2 trades in that morning. Just simple support rejections or resistance rejections with a stop loss. If I was taking a loss, I was calling it a day because I had to go to the office. Right?
Yeah.
If I was winning,
you still had the job, the day-to-day job.
Yeah, the office was still open. Right? If I had a win, like $1,000 win, I was closing it, going to the office, telling everyone I made $1,000 this morning, and now we're going to do the sales, whatever we're doing. But when I was losing, I had no stops. I was using all these indicators because I thought I had to learn more, and I was over trading. I was trading at Asian session. I was trading while having dinner. You know, it was just a mess. So
how did you fix that?
That gave me clarity. Okay, let's just focus over here. That's it. And the rule was simple. I just had to focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. Just pick one session where I'm not distracted. That's it. It changed everything.
That's a very great point, because that's exactly for me. I know the time that I'm profitable. Same as a stock, yeah, exactly. I know between 9:30 to 11 New York time, I'm the most profitable. Yeah. And I know that I have to stick to 1 or 2 strategy that I know, and I'm really good at it. And most of my biggest losses are the ones that I don't know what the hell am I doing at this time of the day.
Yeah.
It seems that it's very common among all other successful traders, no matter what they trade and what's their strategy. You just have to stick to what you know, and the time of the day.
Yeah, tell it to these guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's
these guys over here.
I hope that they hear it from you, and they try to make this muscle memory that they have to stick to what you know. But the patience is important. What I found is a lot of traders, they just get bored. And that's the question that I want to ask, because Forex is usually a longer time frame. And how do you not get bored trading longer time frames?
Man, it's like when you're trading, you're basically watching paint dry, basically, like it's some days. So we started to do live streams so I started doing live streams from 2017. We were doing like 2.5 hours every day, right? And some days we would get no trades for 2 hours, and then we'd get a 10-minute move, right? So this was to show that, okay, you know what? You don't have to trade just because you have a chart open. Like some guys do that. Like I used to do that in the beginning. Like I would want to be in a trade just because I'm looking at the charts. No, you don't have to. Like when you get that confirmation, or when you get that candle closing in your favor above, let's say, a 1 hour support or 30-minute support or whatever, and you've seen that happen in the past, now you have to be in a trade. Right. The biggest issue was that, okay, you know what? If you're looking for a buy, and every candle is closing bearish, and you want to take a buy because you think price may reverse. That you thinking price may reverse can get you in even more shit.
Do you actually put the orders in advance, or you watch it and then you make the decision? I want to go in and put the stop loss.
No, I make a decision.
You make the decision. So you're a lot of watching for you then, yeah.
Like a lot of watching, but I have a time. Like if I'm gonna trade the London session, I'll have like 2 hours, and I'm only gonna watch the 30-minute as it's about to close. As there's like 2 minutes left for it to close. And some people may ask, "Oh, how do you do that?" Just look at the watch.
So in currencies and the golds, can you tell me about the different sessions? I know New York for stocks is 9:30 at the open, so there's a lot of volatility. Okay. And then you have London Open and Asia Open. These are the main.
So currencies is a little bit different. They're basically running all the time.
24/7, they're open.
Except for Sundays.
24/5,
yeah.
24/5.
Right. So the volume in currencies comes in chunks. Right? There may be volume at pre-Asian, right? There may be volume at Asian Open. Then you have pre-London, London Open, pre-New York, which is before 8 a.m. Eastern. Then you have New York Open 8 a.m., NYC Open 9:30, then London close at 11 a.m., right? So now these are 8 different times when there's supposed to be volume in the market. Sometimes there may be no volume at pre-London. So then you're like, okay, there was no volume at pre-London. Maybe the volume is going to be at London Open. If the pre-London range, maybe London Open is going to have volume. And now how do you see volume, right? Before we used to have those volume indicators, but we found out that all those indicators are lagging because they're following based on what the candles are doing. If a price is closing at a certain level, then you're like, okay, looking at the chart, okay, we're having a breakout. It's London Open. What's the probability this breakout will continue if there's going to be volume?
So what's the main one that you're watching right now? You live in Dubai, mostly trade in Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai.
So is that based on the London Open and Close?
Yeah, it's like, so normally now I only trade gold because gold now has a lot of volume. What gold was 2 years ago, it's not the same now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's the way it moves now, it's not
Is
the
it
same.
Because there is a risk of recession and people think that, everything is overvalued, they're going into a safe haven and gold was
it's Trump. You
Trump,
know?
yeah. No, I understand the policy change, the huge policy change that they think that gold is an asset that they can park some of their money at least. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But over here, like I look what time of day I have free, you know. So in Dubai, mostly the free time I have in the morning, which is pre-London, London Open. You know, like New York, no, because evening time, I'm home with the kids, family. I'm very, very distracted.
Yeah. So let me a question about now that we're in the trading. Have you tried algo trading or trying to develop algo?
No, I haven't. But since we run a platform now, we do have some clients who come in and they run algorithms. You know, some are profitable, some are not. Yeah. The ones who are profitable, we promote them actively. But from what my experience is, I've seen that most of the algorithms, they are not profitable for the long run.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like a lot of them, they use this martingale strategy.
They call them efficient market theory. So something is really working, and then eventually market absorb it because you can't sustain alpha. You cannot sustain a really good performance over long-term market adopt. But do you think about AI? Do you think it does impact retail trading, make it more difficult or make it easier? That's $1 billion question, I guess.
Nah, no, because I'm thinking about all the debate out there for AI and how it has the possibility to maybe even erode most of the jobs we have, right? So if I look at it from the perspective of a brokerage, right? We're running a brokerage, and then you have bridge, you have platforms. So all these, they charge fees for someone to trade, right? If the algorithms are there, and the AI comes in to trade profitably, I don't think all these institutions they'll just cease to exist, right? Because all these quants you have in institutions and hedge funds, I don't think they'll be there anymore because there's going to be this AI which will handle everything for them. And if AI is running the platforms, they're running the bridge, they're doing the trading at this point, we won't need all this. I don't think AI will be. I mean, if you look at it this way, right? Why is the price moving in the world? The price is moving in the world because at one point you're buying and I'm selling, or there's a policy change, so we're having price moving, right? Now, call me crazy, but if the AI comes in and it controls, it's not going to control the monetary policy because monetary policy is based on what we think is right.
Yeah.
Right? But the AI will think that, okay, what's right for the system to run efficiently and takes over the market. I don't think it's going to be interested in making money.
Yeah.
We need money.
Yeah.
The computers don't need money to function.
Yeah.
They need energy. So just think of it this: if they come in, I don't think we'll have any sort of.
But the people who design these algos, the people who design these algos and these things they want, I guess there's no one AI. There's multiple AI and algos and machine learning that try to beat each other. So which would be exactly very similar to what we have. We have a lot of algorithmic trading, but now they train themselves better. But there is still this war going on between them. That means that there is volatility. I personally think it's not going to be that bad for us. Maybe even better.
No, look, AI is different and algorithmic trading is different. Right, algorithmic trading which is being done by the hedge fund institutions, banks, which is profitable.
Yeah,
and they would never let a common man have access to these algorithms to make money, never. Like we can build our own algorithm. Let's say, for example, like, on our platforms, we have some algorithms they run. They are profitable up until the point where the market just starts to go in one way. There's this macroeconomic event and gold starts to rally. That's where the algorithms fail, because they start to average out, right? They start to look for the best place for a resistance or a rejection. They sell, price moves. They sell again, price moves up until you get a margin call. So the retail algorithms that we have, it require a lot of manual oversight. Like, okay, market is pumping now. There's no stopping. We got to control this beast that we have running. But
so let me now ask a question about if you go back in like 15 years ago, knowing what you know now, what advice do you give to your younger Raja?
Well, let me tell you this one more thing. There's this podcast Elon did with this Indian guy, right? Mm-hmm. And so I thought about this in the beginning too, but I watched his podcast and he talked about the same thing, that if AI is given total control, there will be no such thing as money. There will be no such thing as money left in the world, because there will be no such thing as countries. There will be just one sentinel being, and everyone is just given everything what they need.
It's like Matrix.
It's like Matrix stuff. And this is like maybe like 10 years or 20, like I don't know.
You don't know.
But it's just a crazy concept. Kind of like, if you go to someone in the 1900s and you tell him, I will record you and I will create clones of you which will be able to fool people. He'll say,
that's crazy. Like,
no, mate, it's not happening.
Not
mate.
Even that one. So many other things, like travel in the space, travel, everything, like so many things people never believed, but it's happening.
So this just call me retarded, but
no, I mean it's happening somehow.
We'll see. But yeah, so like back to your question, like if I wanted to give one advice to myself when I started trading in the beginning, was to, number one, don't overtrade. Don't overtrade. Don't take more than 3 trades a day. It's very basic concepts. Don't over risk. Don't overtrade. And brother, you know that too.
Yeah,
that's probably you tell everyone as well, right? Don't do that. Right. Another one would be to don't rush the process. Don't rush it, because nowadays when someone's starting now, it's a different world than what was 9 or 10 years ago. Because now you open up your social media and you feel rushed. You feel like you want to get to this point tomorrow. You want to have this sort of financial freedom, whatever, tomorrow, but no, it's all a facade.
Yeah.
Right? So we really need to look at where you as an individual is at this point, what your surroundings are like, what your living environment is like, and just go based on that. Don't go based on what someone else is doing at 22 years old driving an exotic car. That's for the 0.001%.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very important. What do you think about outside of trading habits and lifestyle impact on trading? Like trading is a very high performance activity. I know you're pretty active, you're very fit, you're going to the gym. Yeah, I see the muscles and everything. Yeah. If you follow him on Instagram, you see all the gyms and everything. Do you think these are having an impact on your trading as well?
I believe so. When I was young, I didn't really have a routine. But as you get older, you start to really look at a specific routine you have in life, right? And I'm a firm believer that if you have a set routine during your day, it's going to affect everything you do in anything, right? For example, my routine is very, very simple. I wake up at 6:45 a.m. I drop my kids to school religiously. I come home, do some work. 8:30, I hit the gym, go to the gym for an hour and a half. Come back, go to the office, come back, evening time, either go for a run, go for a walk with the wife, and just hang out, just chill. That's my routine every day. From Monday to Friday, my routine every day doesn't change for nobody. Because I know that as long as this routine is there, everything else will stay in place. For example, let's say if I wasn't doing that, let's say, okay, what's your routine like? You're a very, very disciplined trader. So as you're traveling at the same time, you must have a routine at the same time.
Yeah, when I'm traveling, my routine is a little bit changing depending on time zone and what I'm doing. But when I'm in Vancouver, I usually wake up 5:30 and listen to the pre-market show that we have 5:30 to 6. Try to by 6:15 be available for trading, and then 6:15 in the morning I actually trade all the way to 8 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the New York time, and then from 8 a.m. I start taking meetings and usually go until around 11:30 in the morning, and then I take a break because I really need to do something, and then go out for a run, or sometimes I hit this sauna and cold plunge ritual I have, and then I go to the afternoon, and I usually finish working by around 5 to 6 p.m.
So sort of like very constructive activities.
That's what I try to keep it, yeah.
Man, it's very important.
Yeah.
It's very
For me also, the physical activity is very important. Like running, I have to run. It's not that I need to, like, it's a must for me, for my mental, wellness, and, keep the endorphin in the brain regulated. And I highly recommend people, all the high achievers, all the people who are really building things, majority of them have a very regular physical activity.
Yeah, exactly. Like for me to go to the gym and to exert, like, this pressure of lifting heavy weights, for me, it's very important.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's like the hardest thing I'm going to do today. If I can do that, then I know the rest of the day is going to be a piece of cake. Whatever happens, I did the hardest thing first thing in the morning. Either that or it's going to be CrossFit I'm doing now. I've learned to do muscle ups now. I can do 4 muscle ups in a row. Before, I couldn't even do 1. And I think that I took as a challenge. Now, going back to the point where I talked about door-to-door sales, it's a numbers game. So you're going to knock on 100 doors. Out of 100 doors, you're going to talk to maybe 20 people. Out of 20 people, 5 will let you in their house. Out of 5, you're going to get 1 sale.
What were you selling?
We were selling water filters, hot water tanks, osmosis filters. When sometimes you take a shower in Canada, your skin gets a little rashy.
Yeah.
That's the chlorine in your water.
Oh.
So when you install a water softener, that gets rid of that, rashiness, dryness from the skin. So all they got to do is do a water test on your tap, and then we're going to see if you qualify.
Oh, that's amazing.
That was my pitch.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now, like in trading and in life?
5 years from now, brother, so right now, I'm really focused on creating client-centered products, right? Right now, we're creating a CRM for Dominion markets, and this is the only CRM for clients in the Forex CFD space with a built-in full-fledged trading journal with AI insights. Like, let's say you're going to take a trade, because we've seen this. Now I'm a trader, and I've seen that a CRM is what, like, you deposit money, you withdraw money, you transfer money, you open an account, you archive an account, that's it, right? So traders need more stuff. More value. So my aim with my personal life is to build this ecosystem where a trader gets everything that they need. In the beginning, my goal was like, I want to make money, and I want to travel, and I want to go to different places, blah, blah, blah. After a certain stage, it's whatever. Like flying, I don't enjoy flying anymore. Yeah. I just want to get to the destination, do what I have to do, and come back. Yeah. Right? Like in the beginning, flying is great.
Yeah, it was super exciting. Go take pictures and everything. But now you're focusing a product. Tell me about the product. It's a Dominion market, yes?
Yeah, Dominion market. It's a Forex CFD firm. We just got regulatory approval here in the UAE, which is very, very difficult for someone who didn't complete university. Right? Because here they're very strict. So that was a very big achievement. So I think you could say one of our goals is to be fully regulated here in the UAE, because it was always a challenge for me to start a brokerage as an influencer. In the beginning, it was like, okay, you are unlicensed, you're offshore, you have no regulatory oversight, nothing. But now we're licensed, we're regulated in 2 jurisdictions. So we've really moved a long way. Other than that, man, it's just kind of be the best husband, the best father, the best son for the people around me. Because at the same time, the reason why I do what I do and I push is because I see my kids, they watch me, right? And if they watch this high achiever, the way he's pushing boundaries, going to places, making moves, going to the gym, looking strong, they'll think this is normal. They'll think, oh, everyone's dad is like this.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the kind of reflection of me I want them to have.
That's a very fascinating story that you share with us from someone that never went to school, was a hustler, tried everything, got into trading, but the goal for trading is just not to make money and travel, but rather than how you actually grow as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a good father and a good son to your parents.
Yeah.
That's really...
But you know, man, like in the beginning, everyone wants to make X amount of money, right? But I think a lot of people don't know why they want to make the money. Okay, like, you know, you can see like a random guy on the street, they'll say, hey, look, I want to make $1 million. Like, but why do you want to make the $1 million? Like, what's the reason you want $1 million? You want to pay your bills? Okay, great. Then what? Like, what are you going to do with it? Right? Unless you don't have a reason attached to the amount of money you want to make, I don't think you will ever be able to make that amount. Yeah. Never. You need to have a goal or like some like a reason attached to that amount.
So this Dominion market, you're also building the journaling tool on that. You said that's the CRM that you're building yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's very similar to my story because I did go through this mid-age crisis as well. And
okay.
I made a lot of money and I wanted to make...
Middle-age crisis?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a middle-age crisis for me because I reached a couple of goals that I had.
Okay.
And then mid-career crisis as well, that I realized that, okay, I wanted money to be able to travel. All traveled everywhere. I wanted money to be able to have the freedom. I did it. To take care of the people around me, I did it.
You bought cars and stuff.
Cars and everything. And then, so what? That was the thing that I realized that, okay, I made all of this money, so what? So, and then I decided to build a like trading terminal, which is a tool. And now I'm trying to make it a passion to just create an amazing tool for traders, like an ecosystem that you're trying to build for your product. Yeah. We want to have it for U.S. stock market day trading.
Also, the thing we see on your story, that's your terminal.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them is my main, some of them my trading platform, but some of them is a simulator platform that we are actually building for education.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's definitely required a change of mentality from a scalper to be a very patient tech entrepreneur. So these two are completely different mentality. And I was not a tech entrepreneur. So I'm trying to, it's very difficult. Like, especially, you know, I didn't study to become like a, you know, programmer or a, you know, tech entrepreneur, but that's how you, in this fast-paced world, you have to adapt, you have to change yourself, you have to train yourself all the time.
Yeah, so what was the reason you decided to make your own platform? Like you saw some things that weren't there out already and you wanted something which was...
The trading platform that I was using, it was really amazing. It had a really good simulation as well, but it's very difficult to go past time and then create educational material from the trades that we did yesterday, 2 days ago, 5 days. And then I tried to, you know, ask them to, hey, can you build something like that for us? And then they said, oh, no, it's not our priority. Our priority is a good trading platform. And then I looked around and I see, okay, I want to replay. I want something that I go back and create these video, replay these trades that I did for education. And there wasn't a lot of really good tools. And I said, okay, I'll build it myself as a passion project. And then we started from that. And then I said, oh, people loved it. And then I said, okay, why not to add a scanner? Why not add another, you know, educational tool and constantly adding into that. It was a need. I think it was a gap for our style of trading. Again, there's a lot of tools out there. There's a lot of really good tools out there. But for niche day trading U.S. stock market, there wasn't a lot. And we decided to build it.
Yeah, I think there was a gap which no one knew about. But maybe you thought that this would be something of added value.
Exactly, yeah.
Right?
And we weren't really trying to copy anyone else. It's good sometimes to copy and get ideas from other people and other product. But this one there was really a gap, and I said, okay, we build it. But obviously we expand and go into different products and services as well slowly.
Nice. No, that's very sick. Yeah, we're building kind of like the same thing, but like, you know, in a way you'll be able to like, you know, journal your trades and whatever, but then we're adding something of like a small replay, which if you're going to click on the trade, it's going to load up the chart data with like picks and everything. which will show you that, okay, this is your entry, this was the exit. Like, it's just going to show you like a short replay of your
It's fascinating. Trade. It's very useful for education.
Very useful.
Yeah, I think they would be very successful if you build that.
Yeah, right now, those tools are available for like a monthly cost, but we're doing it for, it's going to be free.
That's amazing.
If you're on the platform, it's going to be free, value added. We're going to get more business, but we're giving more value. But man, it comes with headaches too.
Oh, I know. Like big headaches, yeah.
You have something in your mind, and someone else does something in there. You're like, nah, this is not perfect. Yeah. But they say, no, it's great, Andrew. No, it's not.
But it's fun. I actually started having fun with it.
Yes.
Like because I don't need the money from it, but it's just fun. Let's build it. Like it's same as all these billionaires that you said, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. I don't think they need to work. No. It's fun for them. Let's go very curious. Let's build things. Let's go to this build. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And when you have that mentality as an entrepreneur, I think you enjoy it. It's not for money, but it's just satisfaction.
Yeah, exactly. But like some guys out there may say, "Oh, look, he's building it for money," and this. You're like, no. Like the
money is secondary. It comes,
The goal is much deeper than the financial outcome.
Yeah. You know? Otherwise, Jeff Bezos doesn't need to work. He's billionaire. Elon Musk doesn't need. It's just they are a very curious person, and they want to every morning. They want to see how they can do something better, build something nicer, and they found their passion.
Yeah, that is very true.
So, how is living in Dubai? You're Canadian, then, yes?
Yes. Yeah. We have the Canadian passport. We're very, very fortunate, right? So we have it. It gives us the freedom to do whatever we want, go wherever we want. But man, living in Dubai, let me tell you, it's been a blessing. You know, like there are some people who say that Dubai has no soul. It's all fake. It's all like about luxury. But like, look at where you're staying. If you're staying in JBR or downtown, whatever, you're seeing all this like, stuff which you say has no soul, you're going to see that, right? The community where we live, it's about 20 minutes away from here. It's a family-oriented community. We live in a courtyard. In that courtyard, we have 10 houses, and every house has 3 or 4 kids in it. So every evening between 5 and 7, there are like 10 kids out, playing. So when I go in my driveway and I see all these kids playing, and I'm like, the way has no. It just depends of what you're looking for. Bro, there's security, there's safety, there's so many things to do. So
futuristic here too. Everything is the best.
Everything is the best. Everything is the best. So we were just recently in Spain, right? So on our way here from Spain, I met this gentleman. He was from Iran as well. Mm-hmm. So we started talking on the lounge on the plane, and turned out that in 1995. In 1995, when Amazon was selling books, so he was in his late 60s now. In 1995, he came up with this idea of cloud computing, right? And he introduced this idea of cloud computing. And he told me, man, I told him, listen, people are having a hard time believing selling books online, and you come out with this alien idea of cloud computing. How do people not look at you as like, who is this guy, right? So that's what it is. So anyway, long story short. So he did that, and he went to IBM. He took some companies public and whatever. But now they're building the world's biggest AI, not like a department, but AI exposure and training facility here in Abu Dhabi. The biggest one. Because what their mindset is that why should people go to America, to Stanford, Harvard, and MIT to learn things which they have to learn through taking a whole 4-year course, rather than come over to facilities here in the Middle East and learn exactly what they need to learn.
That's amazing. I think it's fascinating. What's his facility name, or what?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, because in this fast-paced world of changing technologies, you want to go 4 years learning something that might not be useful after that. Like Zuckerberg dropped out in the first year. I said, I can do something way better, faster.
This is not for me.
This is not for me,
Yeah, like, the education system, I do believe now it has to change a little bit.
It has to be more fast-paced,
Much,
4 years is way too much for a degree.
Just change completely, because whatever you're going to do in 4 years, you can research all that in 4 hours through ChatGPT, Gemini, all these AI tools. Like education now, I think it's even below secondary now, right? Like if you want to build a mobile application, you don't even have to go to school. You can just research all that data. You can have Devin AI write you all the code, and then you can kind of like, prioritize what you need, how you want to change it. It's going to do all that for you.
Yeah.
So it's all about how you're going to use certain things as technology goes forward.
Roger, what do you think about the future of employment with all of this AI? People are losing their job. What's going to happen?
Man, okay, so there's two scenarios. Editors are going to go away, right? Editors are going to go away. You're going to have these junior programmers, whatever, they're going to go away, right? This is all I'm saying based on the podcasts I've seen and the things I've read, right? And it makes sense, right? A lot of people will be staying home and they'll be happy to stay home. They will be provided for. That's it. The main things are going to be of guys who are going to be directing AI on what to do, right? All these small manual jobs are going to go away. Editing, videography,
graphic design,
all this stuff is just going to go away. It's just going to finish in the next, 5 years, 6 years.
So people who know how to use AI, those are the ones who adapt. They can survive and continue to grow.
Yeah, like you look at it this way, right? If you have security guards, right? You have 10 security guards. And if you replace 10 security guards with 3 big guard dogs, and the only thing those guard dogs have to do is to scare and bite people. Great. Now, as a handler, all you got to do is to train them not to bite this guy, but bite him if he does this. That's all you need.
Is guard dogs are actually out? I know that in US they have it, like White House and everything. I've seen it, they have it. Yeah. But are they out in Dubai, like guard dogs?
Guard dogs here? No.
No, not yet. But it's going to be really scary. Yeah.
You got cameras everywhere.
I know in China that these dogs, the robot dogs are out there. Like I saw videos that they're taking some, helping climbers to go take some of their stuff, go up the mountain.
Yes.
It's really fascinating.
Yes. Yeah. Man, I was watching this vlog of this guy in China. He's an American guy, lives with a Chinese family. Like he has a Chinese wife and all this. And he is so crazy. So he's like, okay, so I'm going to go to this coffee shop. I don't have my wallet. I don't have my phone. I'll pay with my hand. I'll pay with the palm of my hand. So they have chips in the hand.
Wow. Was it China?
In China, right now. Right now, he has chip in his hand. The lady says something, Qinghua, something in Chinese, whatever. And he places the hand on the thing, and he does the transaction. The thing turns green, boop, boop. And he's like, listen, call me crazy or controlled. I love it. I don't care.
It's coming. I guess all those science fictions is happening.
It's there, man. He's like, boom. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Because then, like, so many times, like, you go to the mall, you don't have your wallet, you're like, oh, shit, I have my phone, Apple Pay, boom, done. Yeah. Right? Now, nothing, boom. I'm like, wow.
Now with Elon Musk is doing the Neuralink, putting chips here, and then you can control, digital things.
Yeah, that's not
I know, it's really...
Maybe for my grandkids, I don't know.
Well, thank you so much. I actually really enjoyed this conversation. It was beyond trading. It was about life and philosophy and technology. And this is actually the first time that I meet you in person. So very, very amazing.
Same.
Yeah. And
I think podcasts have turned out to be a great way to be introduced to somebody.
Exactly. And their thoughts and their life history and everything. Yeah. And I'm sure my followers and my community would really enjoy that.
Yeah, likewise.
And I hope that, I'm considering moving to Dubai. Time zone is a little bit for me difficult if I move here for trading. But if I see myself living here, it's really amazing.
Yeah, you can?
Yeah, I think I can see. I have the residency of Dubai.
Man,
but
you're too late. You've been here 10 times. And when we were here the 5th time, I looked at my wife and like, hey, let's move here.
I know. My brother lives here as well. So, I mean, I should come here. But... it's moving is also a little bit difficult. When did you move from Canada exactly?
We left Canada in 2021 when they really started going hard after COVID.
Yeah.
Like,
you said they're not going to let it go, so I got to go.
No, I'm like, before they want me to take my, shot, we got to go. So we left in 2021, stayed in Pakistan for 2 years. Then after that, we just...
Nice.
We decided to move to Dubai.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that.
You, man,
and I'm really looking forward to working together more and trade together.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Thanь you. Appreciate that, guys. All right, guys, that was a great conversation. Learning about a hustler that really wanted more from life and found trading as a path to get what he wants from life. And trading really attracts two groups of people who really want to get more from life, and also people think that they love life owes them a living. You should always think that trading is a path for you, but you have to work for it, hustle for it, really be ready for the challenges. If you have any question, just leave in the comment. And if you really like this video and this new style of content that I like to try, I appreciate if you let me know by a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and looking forward to next session.